All right, let's look at one of the big challenges our country has faced for decades, building houses quickly and affordably. It's a herculean task. Our housing backlog has always been a massive challenge, and it grows every year. Well, a company from Finland called Block Solutions believes they may have an answer. Their injection molded blocks made out of recycled plastic and industrial byproducts means you can build houses almost as easily as you use Lego blocks. The idea is not to sell millions of building blocks from Finland, however. It's rather to build factories in countries with great housing needs. So the recycling process happens on home soil, solving two problems in one, I guess. To tell us all about it, I'm joined by Markus Silfverberg, founder of Block Solutions. Markus Silfverberg, thank you so much for your time. You've been in the region this week. You're currently in Windhoek in Namibia, talking to government, to business. Are you going to build some factories in our part of the world soon?
That's really the point that we're here. Actually, we are actually signing an agreement to get together with a Namibian company here in Namibia at the moment, and we're actually looking for many potential licensees to start the manufacturing of the building blocks there in South Africa also.
You've already opened a factory in Ghana. That was in April this year. How is that going? How difficult was it to set up? What are the lessons learned from building a factory in Africa?
Well, in Ghana, we had, let's say, big advantage that the company that was actually becoming our licensee was actually a recycling facility. So they had a, let's say, advantage for that. So, but the biggest issue is really to find affordable recycled plastics and different recyclable fibers that we're using in our products. It really is about that we can, when we can find affordable recycled plastics from the markets, then we can actually give you affordable homes also.
So is anyone else doing something similar? I mean, do you have a lot of competition in this field? Because I think most of us have heard of, bricks made out of recyclable material. But is what you're doing unique?
In a way, yes. We have found out that there is one solution that is making massive blocks. So I mean, let's say that the biggest block that we have at the moment is actually 80 centimeter block that only weighs about 3.5 kilograms. The other solutions, their block is actually weighing about 18 kilograms, so it's a little bit different.
All right, and I know that you've run this out and laid this out in other parts of the world. Talk to me about how difficult it is to actually assemble a house out of essentially big Lego bricks.
Yeah, that's the big part over there. So you really don't need to have any expertise. Actually, you showed actually the picture from our school project in Lombok in Indonesia. We actually trained the local licensees and the local villagers to build a school. We gave them a half-an-hour training, and they built a 300 square meter school in just 6 days.
Wow. Is it expensive?
That's the point. If you can give us the raw material for a, let's say, decent price, we will give you the houses for $5,000. That's the big point.
So talk to me about things like foundations and fitting in windows and doors and how strong the structure is.
Yeah, actually, the foundation is a little bit, because the structure is quite lightweight. It only weighs about, let's say, a house only weighs about 2,000 kilograms. So which means that we need to bind the whole structure into the foundation so it doesn't fly away. But as you can see in this video, we're using these steel rods, we're fixing actually the structure to the foundation, which is then preventing it from flying away, like in this animation that you can see. And then actually you just start stacking this block on top of each other. Fixing windows is just like you would do it in any normal way. But actually, it is actually giving you an advantage that you can screw it directly to the wall, which is actually not so easy to do when you're doing a house with bricks and mortar.
So talk to me about interest here in South Africa. I mean, if you look at what's happened to KwaZulu-Natal in April, devastating floods, many people already living in shacks and informal shelters don't have any kind of home. Is this something that there's interest in here in South Africa?
There is actually a huge interest in that, but the thing is, it's actually when we showcase that the people, it's of course there's a stigma, hey, building a house out of plastics. But actually, when you build a house in just one day, and you plaster the surface and it looks like any normal house afterwards, it's going to be significant, and it's going to grow. The interest is growing. When we did the school in Lombok, we got orders for 4,000 homes during the 2 weeks that we're building the 8 schools over there. So it is really attracting attention.
So what's the next step for you and your Block Solutions plan and South Africa? Is there someone who's happy to pay for the building of a factory? How does it work? Would you be looking for local partners?
Yes, so the point is really that it's always local production, and we need to have a local entrepreneur to take over it's like a McDonald's of construction in that sense. So what we do, we deliver the technology, we train the people on how to operate the machines, and then we start the local production from the local raw materials. It's an investment what the local company is making, but we are giving the technical support and also the trying to set up the factory as soon as possible. It takes between 6 to 7 months to set up a factory, and then we will have the solution. One factory can actually produce enough blocks to build 2,400 homes per year, and in a small 300 square meter factory.
That's incredible. And if you have a number of people with those little factories, suddenly you're looking at rolling out on a large scale, $5,000 per home. And as you say, you're also dealing with recycling unwanted plastics, putting them to good use. Well, keep us posted. It sounds like a very innovative project. Markus Silfverberg, thank you so much for chatting to us. Markus is the founder of Block Solutions, offering innovative housing solutions using recycled plastics, rather like large Lego blocks.